Welcome back to the channel, and in this video we're going to show you exactly why you can still get brake vibrations after fitting new discs and pads, and more importantly the steps you need to follow to make sure it never happens again. We're going to cover hub preparation, the correct way to bed your discs in, torque settings, and one that catches a lot of people out, what you should and shouldn't be putting on the back of those pads. So stick around, because the last one always starts an argument in the comments. So let's get into it and show you how it's done. So once you've got your brake disc off and you remove your caliper and your pads, you're left with your hub surface. What you're effectively doing is when you fit a brake disc on and then your wheel back on, you're stacking metal surface on metal surface on metal surface. And they can all have corrosion and dirt on them, which can cause vibrations. So what we're going to use here, we've got a Mac Tools tool for cleaning up the surface. It has a hole in the middle, so it allows you to go over the studs. So you can go over each stud and clean up, and you can also clean up in the areas between. We'll use the buzz gun that we've used to take off the wheels, but you can do this by hand or you can use drills, or there's various other tools available. And all you do is go over each stud and clean up the surface. It's effectively a Scotch-Brite. And then go between them. Just be careful, they can jump off when you're not over a stud. And obviously you can't get on that area with everything. So we always keep a wire brush handy as well. And just get in all the surfaces. And then what you have is a very clean surface. Once you've cleaned up the area, it's just a case of, we use from Eurocar parts, a spray copper grease just to protect the surface. Just one spray around in a circular motion. Find it a lot easier with a spray copper grease than you would if you're brushing it on. When you're brushing it on, you can get thick and thin areas, which can again cause the problems you're trying to eliminate when you're doing this job. So the spray one puts a light coating over and just does the job perfectly. So that's tip one complete, and the hub on the vehicle ready to fit your new brake discs on. The next thing is your pad carrier. This can also cause issues. This can get corrosion underneath these guide plates, which anti-squeal plates stop your pads from rattling around, just keep everything nice and quiet, but you can get corrosion underneath them. So what we do is take them out like that. Can be a little bit fiddly, as you saw then. And then what we do, we put the caliper carrier in the shop blast cabinet and we will blast away all the corrosion under there. We'll put them back on, give them a blast as well, and then everything is exactly how it should be tolerance wise. So when you put the new pads in, you won't get the pads sticking where they should be sliding. So we'll just show you how we do that. So after having this in the blast cabinet, you can see that both ends are now nice and clean. That's going to make sure that the pads have got the movement they need in the carrier, which is also a great tip to make sure you don't get any vibrations. So we've got the new disc fitted on this side. What we've done is cleaned up the hub, so that surface is clean. The inside of your new disc is clean, which is what you put onto the hub. Your outside of the new disc is clean, which is what your wheel goes onto. So I think you all know what we've got left. So you can see the back of the wheel has also got some dirt and some grime on there. Not much corrosion because this car's not an old car. It's a 2023 model, but we're going to get this cleaned up anyway. So you can see now the inside of the rim's cleaned up nicely as well, where it mates up to the brake disc. So that means every surface we have is nice and clean. Another thing that's critical when you're doing brakes is to follow manufacturer specifications for torquing things up. So the caliper bolts on this one are 17mm, which hold the carrier on. And they need to be torqued to 89 Newton meters. When you do that, you make sure that everything is sat exactly where it's supposed to be. So the next hot topic for debate is, should you copper grease the pads? I say no. Most of the pads these days come with anti-squeal shims already fitted. So the stuck-on ones for the outside pad, and then a metal one for where the caliper piston actually pushes on the back of the pad. And we actually use the brake paste. Copper grease has many things it can cause issues with. But this is a dedicated brake paste that you put just on the contact areas. So you have it on each end of the pads, so that then once they are fitted in there, you don't get any squeals. So once you've got your brake pads fitted, the next thing you need to check is that the sliders for the caliper are nice and free. If you have one caliper slider seized, then you will get the caliper tilting, so you'll get uneven wear on the pad and they'll wear off more at the bottom than the top, or vice versa, depending on which one's seized. As you can see, both of these are nice and free, and that's exactly how they should be. If they are seized, you need to get them out, clean all the internals out inside the caliper carrier, re-grease them and get them back in. On rare occasions when they're really bad, you may need to replace them with a new slider kit. So to recap, we've cleaned the hub, we've got a clean rear surface on the new brake disc, we've got a clean surface on the front of the brake disc, we've also cleaned the inside of the wheel hub where that will go back onto the clean brake disc. So that should ensure that you don't get any brake vibrations. As long as the wheel bearing's in good condition, when that wheel is bolted back up and torqued up correctly, those brakes will be absolutely spot on. So that's the brake job complete, and everything will be spot on with this as all the surfaces have been cleaned. Obviously we use a shot blast cabinet to clean up the carrier. If you don't have a shot blast cabinet, which a lot of people obviously DIYing at home won't have, then you can use a trusty wire brush. It'll pretty much do the same job. Just give it a good brush in all the crevices. Just make sure that your pads seat nicely. Right, are you team copper grease or are you team dry? Or the one I personally add in, the team dedicated brake paste? Drop your answer in the comments. This one always starts an argument and I want to see which side wins. And if this video helped you get a clean, vibration-free stop, drop that in the comments as well. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. It really helps us continue to keep making these videos. And remember, if you're trying to save money on your car maintenance, there's always a way. You just have to find it. Hopefully, the video helped you do exactly that. And we'll see you on the next one.